Hello, everyone. Welcome to the L.A.M.E Book Club podcast. My name is Melissa.
I'm Ellie.
And today we have another Vibes episode for you. Should we just start calling them Vibes? Is that...
Yeah, we can trademark vibes. We basically invented it.
I think... You get it. If you don't already follow us on social media or any platform, we're at L.A.M.E Book Club Pod. Same on YouTube if you could go ahead and subscribe on over there. And if you have an iPhone or an iOS device, go ahead and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. That'd be great.
Yeah, we'd love to read one. Wink, wink.
Yes. Nudge, nudge.
It's been a dry season. Wink, wink. If you're out there, please review.
And don't forget, we have merch. We also have a website, lamebcpodcast.com. We have stickers and totes, and we talked about all the multi-uses of the totes on our last episode, but I'm telling you guys, they're incredible. I use it for everything, and our stickers are fun, so go get them. And if you're a part of our Patreon, you get 15% off.
Yes. And speaking of Patreon, we are currently deep diving One Dark Window. That started this past week. It's already so good.
Starts this week.
It starts this week. It's already so good. You're going to love it. And as of last week, we started uploading bonus content to our Patreon on more of like a weekly basis. So if you're into us, you can get more of us.
If you're into us. But also if you're into us.
And welcome to our new Patreon members. We have Evelyn, Naz, I'm so sorry, I don't know how to say this name. I know it's a username, not a first name, so I'm going to try my best. Biblaham and Haley.
Excellent. I love it. Yes. Thank you for joining. Welcome to the club.
So we debated doing a spoiler warning for these books today, but truth be told, I personally don't think it's spoiler heavy, and I wouldn't be upset hearing these reviews. It would just make me interested in the book.
Yeah.
So I suppose listener be warned, beware. Is that what you say?
Listener beware. They're really, as far as I'm aware, we're not giving any like major plot spoilers or anything. Mm-hmm. The only reason I'm hesitant to for sure say no spoilers is because we'll get into this here in a second, but I haven't read most of the books that I'm doing the reviews on. And so I don't think after reading the reviews, don't feel like the book was ruined for me at all as someone who hasn't read it. Mm-hmm. I just am not sure if anything I'm about to say actually has anything to do with the storyline.
Fair point.
So
we go in blind and we leave blind.
That's why I'm hesitant to say 100% spoiler-free episode because you never know. But I'm pretty sure you're safe.
And I'm sure you're wondering why are you reviewing something you don't even know about?
Exactly.
I'll tell you why. Today, and this may be confusing at first, so hold on to your butts, stick with me. We are going to try to guess books based on reviews. However, this isn't your average show pony. Also, I don't know why I wrote that or said that. I don't even know what that is. It just came to me.
It's a show pony.
It's a show pony.
Above average. That's what it is. Just like this episode.
This is going to be 1-star book reviews of books Melissa gave 5 stars to. And she's going to have to guess what books they are based on these 1-star reviews. And then 5-star reviews of books Melissa gave 1 star to. And then vice versa. You'll understand it when we start getting into it. Yeah. But it's going to be a blast. That's all you need to know. And then also we're going to add in a little bit of trivia just to keep our minds fresh and our minds fresh.
Yep. We also got it was a fun comment. We got a comment on I want to say it was our MASH episode, or maybe it was one we just did. I can't remember, but it was one of our recent episodes that said you guys should incorporate more trivia and or audience, just something to include our listeners in more. And I like that. We liked that idea, so we're including more trivia. You're welcome.
Exactly.
YouTube user.
All right. So with all of that, are you ready to begin?
I'm so ready.
All right, here we go. Once again, 5 stars for one that you gave 1 star to. This comes from one Julia on Goodreads. And the review is...
I didn't save the names of the people, but that's fine. I don't think it matters.
Credit was thought to have been given, but will not be.
My bad.
Okay. The horror movie vibes this has, the mystery, the complex characters, the dark story behind every character, the feeling of seclusion. You can tell a book is good by how uncomfortable it can make you. She made me feel things I didn't even know I was capable of feeling. Twisted, tragic, haunting, steamy, and so original. I have been using the word original so often now that this author has hit my reading shelves. This woman is just, all caps, impressive. And then the reviewer goes on to say, it baffles me how women like said author can create the darkest scenarios, the most unbelievably toxic, complex relationships, and still end these books on a high note and with the most romantic and satisfying ending. Pop off, sis. Then they said, that's all I'm allowed to say. I cannot give normal people too much insight on what I've been reading lately, or I might lose some friends. Or maybe I'll make some new, way more interesting friends.
Oh, I
Do you know?
I swear, until you said the very last little bit, but like, I can't let people know what I'm reading. I had no idea. I think I know what book this is, though. Is this Credence?
It is
by Penelope
Credence.
Douglas?
It's Credence for 500. Oh, no.
I'm so sorry. If you like that book, I'm sorry.
Hey, maybe that review intrigued you enough to go check it out. Apparently.
It shouldn't.
I've never read it, so what I'm gleaning is this is so toxic. It's a romance you shouldn't be into, and yet some people are.
I take back our spoiler warning. I fear that I need to explain what's happening in this book. And the reason I don't really care about it being spoilers is because I guarantee you, as soon as I start explaining it, no one is going to want to read this book.
Can you give it in a way that is, one, slightly less unbiased, and two, slightly, like, don't tell, like, the ending of it or anything like that.
Absolutely. I won't tell the ending.
So in case someone wants to read it. Yeah.
But what I will say is that a niece is groomed by her uncle and cousins.
A book of the Targaryens, I see.
A book of the Targaryens in Colorado.
Oh.
Yeah, it's disgusting. So that's where I'm like,
what a
the
jump
forbidden
scare.
Yeah, they're not kidding when they say forbidden twisted romance. It's a nasty.
It's a forbidden one. A real forbidden one.
It's illegal. She's forbidden 17.
By the American law.
She's 17 when it starts. I guess the way it gets around it is she's technically 18 before anything happens.
Oh. Is that illegal? Nieces and uncles?
Okay, also, I guess I should technically clarify.
Mm-hmm.
It's her, like, they're not blood related, but does it really matter? Does it matter when he's 40 and she's grown up knowing it's her dad's stepbrother? Like, she's known he's her uncle her entire life. So the fact that there's technically no blood relation doesn't really make a difference.
No.
Yeah.
Well,
there's a lot more to it than just that. That is just like a very, very basic overview, and
that's crazy.
I don't know.
That's crazy. I think
no
that
idea. It's so crazy. I had no idea that that's what it was about. I don't remember if I've said this on the podcast or not before, but for lack of a better way to explain it, I love to raw dog books. I don't like just go in. I know I hated saying it, but I just
no, it's okay though.
I don't even like to read the back of a book. I just like to go in so blind.
Same.
And so let me tell you, based on the cover of this book, could never have predicted what actually happened.
It looks like an Amish romance. Like it looks like an innocent, sweet love story.
Trees.
A Francine Rivers style thing.
Yeah. No, actually, it looks more innocent than that, quite honestly. And that's an innocent book.
What made you initially pick it up? Was it the cover of the book that you were just like, I'm in for like a sweet, cute love story?
It was genuinely one of the most random. I was in Target. I don't even ever buy physical copies of things. I was in Target and I saw it and I felt like in the back of my mind I had remembered seeing on like Bookstagram and Book Talk, whatever, that like good things about it, but I couldn't really remember. But I was like, whatever, like, let's just get it. Let's just be crazy. Let's get a physical copy of a book today.
Be wild.
And I think that was the last physical copy of a book I
was purchased. Too wild.
It was too wild. I was living like Larry a little too much.
Wow, that really started our episode, didn't it? Why don't you go ahead?
I quite honestly don't give 1 stars very often. That fully deserved my one star.
That is upsetting.
It is. All right. Let's do a book that Ellie gave, not necessarily a 1 star, but a low rating.
It is so rare for me to give, and we need to actually bring this up. You and I, we called each other real quick before we started coming up with our outlines, and it is so rare for us to give a book 1 star unless, of course, it is such a forbidden love as that.
Like that.
Or it's just like smut, no plot, and I was not into it, that kind of thing. So we both said like 3 or below really could be my quote unquote 1 star. I just feel like I need to respect an author more than a 1. And I don't know if that's disingenuous, I guess, or disingenuous of my ratings, but I just feel like if someone's put so much work into it, who am I to be like, you know what, that's worth a 1, unless I really hated it.
I was just going to say, quite honestly, there could be books that I'm like, yeah, wouldn't recommend, but I don't hate it. Like, it takes weird incestuous relationships between cousin and uncles trapped in a house during a snowstorm for me to genuinely be like,
that'll do it.
What? And I would love, and like, truly, and not in a what were you thinking kind of way, but like, I would actually love to talk to this author and genuinely be like, so what was the motive behind this one? Because it really was smut, no plot, and gross. Like, that really like kind of was it for me.
Yeah.
And then the plot that it did have was just not I don't know. So it takes a lot for me because exactly like Ellie said, like, someone put time and effort into it, and for the most part it's really hard for me to absolutely hate something. I really did not like that particular book, but I think I only have like maybe 2 1 stars in my entire Goodreads. Like, it's not all that to say, this is a low rating for Ellie, but it's not necessarily 1 star. And bonus points, actually, I am going to give credit for this review because actually the review was given by a mutual friend of ours.
Oh, nice.
So, and I will say the name when I'm done because I don't want to potentially have that spoil any review. But here is the review. It says, this book, this author, these in all caps, characters. I quite literally don't know if I've devoured a book series quicker than I have this. The way this author writes can only be described as poetic, and she has effectively made me a fan for life. This book is her first published novel, and I'm beyond impressed by her creativity and prose. This first book specifically gives you all the same feelings you loved when reading Throne of Glass and Hunger Games. Yet it is completely unique and a standout storyline all on its own.
This is insane.
I love the intrigue of the world and the dual POV from 2 characters who, by all accounts, should be enemies but are drawn together regardless. I pride myself on being able to anticipate an author's plot twists and endings, but I was so engrossed in the characters, specifically the MMC, that I did not see this plot twist coming. To say I'm obsessed with the storyline is an understatement.
I'm 99% sure I know what this book is, but the dual POVs just threw me off. You had me in the first half, but I can't remember if this is from one POV or if it was dual, and I think it might have been dual. It's been a while. I'm going Powerless for 500.
Good answer. Yeah! This was Powerless by Lauren Roberts. And
was it Taylor's review?
It sure was. Yeah. It was our friend Taylor that if you've been around any amount of time, she's been on a few episodes of ours. So shout out Taylor. T-Guard.
Taylor. Oh, man.
But yes,
all right.
Let's dissect this this review. The part that really honestly made me want to do this review for you was when she specifically called out, it is a completely unique and standout storyline all on its own, because I know that you full-heartedly disagree with that.
I had palpitations during that section. I could not believe my ears. I thought I was blacking out. Yeah.
Here's the thing. I just need to say, like, anyone who has, I know that people say, like, oh, this is so much like Hunger Games. This is so much like Red Queen. This is so much like blah, blah, blah. If you've never read those books, it does feel like a fairly unique storyline.
Yeah.
And I know Taylor has read Hunger Games. I don't know if she's read Red Queen.
It's not as similar to Hunger Games as I think it is to Red Queen for sure. Red Queen is the one that I was like, that's insane. Hunger Games, I was like, I could see it, but if it was just Hunger Games, I would never really compare them too much.
It's funny that you say that, because my first time around reading Powerless, I didn't think it was Hunger Games like coded at all, other than the fact like, yeah,
Maybe the arena is like the only thing.
And there's like like some trials and stuff that they have to go through, which is, but I'm like, you can't say that that's similar because there's so many stories that have stuff like that. But then I read it a second time before, like right when Fearless came out. I wanted to refresh my brain on the whole series, and there were a lot more like Hunger Games-esque references than I remembered the first time. I'm certainly not going to say it was a ripoff. However, I at first was like, anyone who says it's similar to Hunger Games, fully disagree. Now I'm like, you know what? I could see how there was a lot of inspiration pulled from Hunger Games. Yeah. I'm not enough to say a ripoff completely, but I do think it's accurate to say that that was heavily inspired by Hunger Games.
But you know what? And I will say this. I saw something the other day where someone mentioned like the author Lauren Roberts. They're like, she never expected this to like go as far as it did. She wrote this when she was really young, and she even said like, I was so inspired by my favorite books, The Hunger Games and Red Queen. So if I was writing a book, of course it's gonna mirror a lot of like ACOTAR and the Empyrean series, because I love those books. I'm still gonna want to be in the world, just make it my own. So I can kind of hand it to her. I just feel like maybe the editor should have stepped in and been like, you should probably change a few elements. But Sue LaVue, still a good book for the majority of readers. And if those books interested you, you're gonna love Powerless. Recommend in that aspect.
Recommend. Yeah. Yeah.
But if you're like, what is the similarity between Red Queen and Powerless? We have, is it 3 episodes where we do mock trial? And we talk about it with a gavel and everything. Little dog squeaky gavel.
Not dog squeaky gavel. It's like it is a
you bought
wooden
one.
Well, I think the first one we did, the second 2 episodes, I ended up ordering one on Amazon. It was like a full-on wooden gavel.
Love it.
But yes, and then I know you're probably sitting here thinking, wait, in the beginning of the episode, you guys promised trivia. Don't worry, we did not lie. Offline, we talked about how Credence was a little difficult to find some trivia on, and quite honestly, I don't think we'd want any trivia on that book.
Between FMC,
this character and this character. Well, that's a complicated answer because you see. But yeah, so there's a lot going on with that one. However, Ellie did find 2 trivia questions for a different book, so hold on to your butts. There's still going to be lots. But I do have a trivia question for Ellie.
I'm excited.
I think this one might stump you because I'm going to be so honest. I found it on a quiz and I was really hesitant to like pick my answer. I picked the right one, but it took me a second. I had to really think about it. So,
okay.
How many contestants were there in the trials?
Good gravy. I'm going to go with 8.
Ooh, so close. There were 9.
Ooh, dang it.
That was a good answer. A good guess, though. See,
Thanks.
when it gave the options that it gave me were 9, 10, 12, and 13. And I knew there weren't 12 or 13 because I remember thinking there's not a lot of people, but I couldn't remember if it were 9 was 9 or 10. And I guessed correctly, but it took me, like I said, I had to think about it.
Fair. All right. All right. You ready for the next one?
Yes, I am.
This is also a 5-star review for a book that you gave 1 star to. So,
okay.
The review is, this is one of those books that I wish I never had to finish. The beginning may have been a little slow, but it was completely worth it. Man, does the main character have a mouth on him. The characters, 10 out of 10. I loved every single character they crossed paths with. Everyone was perfect and fit into their roles, getting you interested in them, but not overpowering the main love story. The main characters had a fantastic dynamic that just made you want to read the stuff. The MMC is such a great character with a lot of different sides, making him very interesting to read. The plot, 9 out of 10. I loved everything about this book. It did take me a while to get into the story, but once I was hooked, I was hooked. The reader is given a bunch of information, but never full answers until later in the book, keeping them guessing, which was a great addition. I love everything. I love how everything came about and how the 2 main characters' story went. Perfect. I do wish it was a little smoother how they ended up together. The buildup was great, but how they ended up together felt a little rushed to me. And if that wasn't enough, I do have the tropes for this.
Yeah, give me the tropes because that was so generic that I have no idea.
Okay. Tropes. Touch her and you die. Enemies to lovers. Slow burn. Rich MMC. The last one's going to give it away, I think.
Okay, wait, hold on. Is this I just have a couple questions. Is this a series?
Yes. But
Is it not the first in the series?
it is the first in the series.
Oh, okay, well then I had an idea of what I thought it was and it's not that. Touch her and die. Enemies to lovers, but I didn't like it.
Rich MMC. Slow
Rich
burn.
MMs. Is it fine print?
Nope. Brother's best friend is the last trope.
Brother's best friend. I have no idea.
You're
Hold
gonna
on.
You're gonna be like, I knew it when I tell you.
I know.
Focus heavily on the brother's best friend and
Yeah.
Rich MMC.
Brother's best friend. And
Build up was great, but how they ended up together felt a little rushed. He has
I
a
don't know,
mouth
just-
on him.
I would love to think more about it, but this is not going to be fun to listen to. So just tell me.
10 minutes of silence. It is
Yeah.
Twisted Love.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot that he was her brother's best friend.
Oh,
Ugh,
he goes away
0
so
out
early.
of 10.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, not a fan of that series. Well, book.
now that you remember it, do you want a couple trivia questions for it?
Yes.
Okay. Do you remember the character Ava? You should. It's the FMC.
Yes, I do remember Ava. Thank you.
What was her profession?
She was a photographer.
Oh, close, but no. No cigar.
She was a marketing assistant.
So close. You're getting so close. Do you want one
She
more guess?
was an event planner.
No, further away.
Yeah, I
Colder.
know. Colder. Just an artist. I don't remember.
Oh, yeah.
Artist?
Kind of.
An art? Oh, art.
Get a little niche with it.
Yeah, no, it was for like galleries, right?
No. Oh.
No? All right. Art, what?
Graphic designer.
Oh.
Yeah.
But she ends. Doesn't she end? That gotta be a spoiler, I guess. I don't know.
Well.
Okay. Graphic
And
designer works.
what was Alex's profession? The MMC.
He was the CEO. I don't really know what he did. He just
Correct.
was rich.
That's
and
all I
owned a
have is CEO.
Okay.
Perfect.
I was like, I do remember that. Yeah, I was not a huge fan of that. Okay, I've read all the books in that series.
Mm-hmm.
The second one was really the only one that I liked like a lot. But the first one was my least favorite, and I'm surprised by the choice of the quite honestly of the author to put them in this particular order, because I feel like this MMC sucked personally. And yeah, like they said, the mouth on him, I'm like, I just don't even know how anyone quite like.
Did it give bully romance more than like
Yes, it
Grumpy
did for
Sunshine
me.
situation? Okay.
It was Grumpy Sun. It wasn't bully. It was Grumpy Sunshine. It just, I've said this before, it is incredibly difficult, in my opinion, for an author to do Grumpy Sunshine well. And this was a really good example of someone trying to do Grumpy Sunshine, but making it way too just grumpy. Like, he was just mean. Like, he wasn't.
That's like me in my own life when I'm trying to do that trope with my husband, and it turns out I'm just mean. I think I'm just mean.
I fear that I'm just being a jerk. Quick spoiler, if you haven't read Throne of Glass, jump ahead for like 10 seconds. But I just think like the best example of a genuinely good Grumpy Sunshine trope to read is Lorcan and Ellie.
Yeah, I love them.
Like, it's just, that's truly like a character who has like a very dim outlook on life, but is open-minded and like sees eventually what she sees.
Yeah.
And becomes a better version of himself. Not for her, but because of her, and also for her.
I think so often authors, maybe not even accidentally, but it kind of seems accidentally, write their characters into a corner where it's like they're not going to change, but all of a sudden they change, and you're like, unrealistic, because I wouldn't change.
Yeah.
I'm going to stay mean.
Zero evidence proving that this was going to happen. Yeah.
Anyways.
I think a lot of, and especially in like contemporary romances like this one, like I think it's really hard to not make them just a-holes. Like, I don't know, or and that's just what my opinion of most Grumpy Sunshine tropes. It's the guys are just annoying and jerks, and it's like, who would put up with that? Honestly, not anyone in their right mind. Like, they treat the girls like dirt.
I saw something this week that said, if you could wait around 2 years for your man to change, you can stick to your calorie deficit for 6 weeks. And if that didn't preach.
Ouch. I don't like that one bit.
I don't like that one bit.
So right.
So think of Grumpy Sunshine when you're in your deficit. All right, give me my next one.
All right. Are you ready for I forgot to write down the name of the person who, and I do think that the first sentence in this review is going to give it away real fast, but it was funny, so I included it.
Oh no. Okay.
I just won't say it. Then,
don't say it, and then maybe if I can't get it, then read it at the end.
Okay. Yes. I have been so excited for this book, and it, in all caps, did not disappoint. The FMC is an innocent character who grows so much through the book and finally learns to stand up for herself. I loved everything about this book. Both main characters had amazing character development. The spice was great. The twists were very unexpected. The ending was absolutely perfect. Finding little pieces that related to the original story were like finding little treasures throughout the story. Overall, highly recommend reading this.
My first thought is Akasif, but
I
don't think I gave that 1 star. No, I didn't. So I was like, it can't be. But I have no idea. Okay, read your first sentence to me.
Okay. Well, actually, it's the second sentence.
Okay.
The MMC had me hooked from the very beginning.
I'm going to say hooked.
Yes, that's correct. Good answer.
I don't remember that author's name, but I know she's battling through, I think, cancer. So I don't want to talk so much crap on this book, but it was not good. And
but see, I haven't read it, so that's where I'm like,
here's my thing.
Powerless. Yeah,
guys, I love a fairy tale retelling. Love it. Could I eat them up? Okay, Marissa Meyer, excellent example of this. She's one of my favorite authors. She does a bunch of like retelling of fairy tales, but in a very abstract, different way. And I just adore it. I loved ACOTAR. I loved Bridgerton, the kind of Cinderella-esque aspect to it. I just love a fairy tale retelling. So, of course, I'm interested to find out when the villains are going to be the main love interests. For example, Captain Hook and Peter Pan. This was the most raunchy, just to be raunchy book. There's not enough skipping ahead you can do. Like, there's no plot to it. It's just smut. And maybe you're into that. Fine. It was just a lot. Even to be into it, I think it was a lot. And so...
And honestly, I get that, because that is exactly how I felt about Credence. Like, it's and no, well, you know... I can't say no judgment if you really like that book, simply because of the weird family relations, but very, very minimal, very minimal. But like, that's the thing, like what you said, like if that's what you like that's fine. But like, this is not your corner of Bookstagram either, because that's not like, we're very clear that that's not, those aren't books that we personally enjoy, and that's okay too.
Right.
Like, and
exactly.
So you're not going to find someone who agrees with you in between the two of us, but that's okay. I don't care what you want to read. I just know that we're not going to be talking about those books, and or we will be giving them 1 stars.
That is very eloquently put. Exactly what I wanted to say out of the mouth of Melissa. All right, let's boogie. Are you ready?
Wait, I have a trivia.
Oh yeah. Give me a trivia.
I don't want to know.
I don't want to remember anything about this. Give it to me.
No, here's the thing. Okay, I had a really hard time finding trivia for this one. Like I said, I haven't read it, so I'm like, I don't know if this is a good trivia question or not. How old is James?
He is, I'm going to guess 20, 21.
Good answer.
I just remember
couldn't
being
tell you
like,
what the right
he was
answer is.
so. Oh,
No,
That's
I
trivia.
it is a trivia question. I just can't tell you if it's right.
Half of a trivia. You didn't have the answer.
I couldn't find the answer. I just found a question.
All right. Well, if you guys read it and you're like, I loved it, and I know how old he is, drop it in the comments. Let us know. Or maybe I don't need to remember. It's fine. Yeah. Okay.
But he's probably young.
Probably young.
I was like, this is a retelling, and there's a lot of fantasy aspects to it. I wouldn't have been surprised if he was like 400.
Here's the thing. No. He's not like ethereally old, but he was very successful, and I remember being like, yeah, right. So he had to have been younger. I'm really excited to read this next one to you. So we're switching it up. These are now 1-star reviews for books that Melissa gave 5 stars to.
Ooh, my heart might break a little.
This review was so succinct. I adored it. So this says, 13 reasons why you should not waste your time reading this book. This was written by Betty on Goodreads. Number
Betty.
1, a wannabe mystery thriller with poor execution. Number 2, highly underwhelming. Number 3, incredibly boring. Number 4, with the bland MMC, parentheses, I don't hate him, but he didn't faze me much. Number 5, with good characters but trash world building. Number 6, lame romance. 7, zero chemistry. 8, unseasoned smut, parentheses, not him chanting, my mate, my mate, my mate during smut. 9, the cover and storyline is giving Wattpad, which killed me. 10, indigestible writing. The plot twist chapter gave me such a major headache. One of the characters' fathers took pages to explain. Like, dude, just come to the point. You ain't no poet. 11, the romance doesn't actually start until 40% of the book, and it still isn't the main focus of the book, although it did try to be. 12, third act breakup, same old silly reason as to why the MMC can't be with the FMC, despite knowing that she's his mate. Quote, we are enemies. We're not meant to be together. Seriously, enemies to lovers, where they became friends right from their first meeting? Okay. And 13, hardly any memorable swoon-worthy moments.
I fear. No. The my mate really should have given it away, but I also am thinking that everyone, based on our episode, the episode we released last week on how we forgot very major plot points of our absolute favorite books, should tell you that it is no surprise that I'm having a hard time guessing these. I was gonna guess Powerless, honestly, just because I know I get, but the my mate doesn't,
right?
That doesn't make any sense.
Want a hint?
Yeah, I do.
It's supernatural. It's fantasy.
That doesn't really give me a hint. I read a lot of fantasy.
Well, I wasn't sure if the beginning where it
unironic
said mystery thriller would have thrown you off.
Yeah.
Like it's a wannabe mystery thriller.
I guess that made me, I do read some mystery thrillers, but those have been more recent, so I didn't think that you would have picked those ones. This isn't any of the Empyrean books.
It is not.
Is it?
No.
Okay, excellent. Oof. You're going to have to tell me.
All right. This is Bride by Allie Hazelwood.
He does say, yep, okay. I really enjoyed that book.
You gave it 5 stars.
I did. I like Allie Hazelwood's witty. What did they say? What was one of the points about the dad?
Said that one of the characters' fathers took pages to explain during a plot twist chapter.
Oh, I mean, his dad's not in it, so it had to have been her dad. And I do remember him talking at some point, but not, I don't remember it. It's also been a hot second since I've read this book, but I read it really fast, and I remember being like, this is so fun, because one, we've already talked about, I like werewolves, and werewolves are a big part of it, and so are vampires. But I just thought, like, it was just lighthearted. It wasn't like, it wasn't
like a low
an
stakes
ACOTAR or
fantasy.
Yes, very low stakes, easy, mindless. Like, I didn't need much from it, and it was witty, and I will always appreciate a good wit in books.
Yeah.
So it was very fun. I very much enjoyed it. I would still probably give it 5 stars again if I reread it. So
Love to hear it. Well, perfect. Here's your trivia. And I don't know if this is a spoiler, so listener beware. What supernatural species is Misery Lark?
Misery Lark. I'm trying to remember who that is. That vampire?
Yeah. Vampire.
Okay, I couldn't remember if that was. I'm pretty sure that's the main character.
Fair enough.
It just took me a second because I'm like, this couldn't possibly be that easy, but I fear that it was.
I'm so sorry. I don't know if it's easy.
No,
I
it's
didn't know
fine.
if there was a side character.
That's how literally, that is how all of my the rest of my trivia questions are, because the only book of yours that I've read is Powerless, and we've already done that one, so I haven't read any of the other ones.
All right, well then give me my next one. I'm ready to dive in.
Okay, let's do it. All right. This is a book that Ellie gave 5 stars to. However, this is a 1-star review. The only reason I did not DNF this book was because I was on the plane and I had nothing else to do. This read like a 2013 Wattpad story. The FMC acted like an easily distracted 15-year-old girl who has to be told the same thing 3 times over in order for the turnip she calls a brain to understand. She was also the biggest pick-me character ever. Every character in this book was, for lack of a better word, annoying. The plot was generic and predictable. As you can probably tell, the awfulness of this book has put me in a really bad mood. The only redeeming quality is that it is on Kindle Unlimited, and that is all I have to say.
Okay, give me a hint about this book. Like, what genre is it?
Fantasy.
And you haven't read it?
I have not read it.
Wait. I'm gonna go Trial of the Sun Queen.
Indeed. Indeed
Yes!
it is. I'm so mad that you're guessing these and I am like sitting here like, I've never read a book.
I think it's only because if it wasn't, that's like the only fantasy book that you haven't read that I have so far.
That's fair.
And it's if it wasn't like an ACOTAR one, I don't know any other like fantasy-esque that could fit that description. So it was a process of elimination only. It was not a
That's
clue.
true. But it is when it said this read like a 2013 Wattpad story, that made me laugh out loud when I was reading the reviews as well.
I don't know what it is about bringing up a Wattpad, but it will kill me every time.
Every single time.
Perfect.
I thought that you would be a little bit more offended by that review, quite honestly, with how I know you absolutely ate up that book.
No, I am offended. I love that book, and if you are like, I'm not going to read it now, boo to you, because that book slapped.
To you.
It slapped, and I don't know if I was just in the best mood. I don't think I was. I think that book is good, and that's all. If you liked ACOTAR, if you liked Fourth Wing, you would love it.
Have you read, because I know it's a series, have you read, or trilogy or something, have you read any of the other books since that one?
Yeah, I think there's 4. I'm about halfway done with the second one. I stopped. You're never going to believe this. Okay, small tangent. There's a movie coming out by Stephen King. It's called The Long Walk. It comes out September 12th. To your local theaters. Support the biz. And I was watching the preview for it, watching another movie, and I was like, that looks so good. It's like a thriller, maybe slightly horror, just a real
Stephen
edge
King,
on the seat.
Then yeah.
Edge of your seat kind of movie. But it didn't look scary. So I was interested in it because I'm like, this just looks upsetting. And I like Cinema of the Unsettling, Gabe.
Yeah.
So
you're reading that so you can see the movie?
What happened was I go to Books A Million. Grant and I, we both wanted to read it. We go to Books A Million. Lo and behold, 1 copy. What are we to do? We buy the 1 copy. Grant's like, I'll just get another copy on Amazon. It'll be here in 2 days. Until then, why don't you read the first 2 chapters out loud? I was like, sure. Then flashback to Kaya and Gabriel being on our show. I was why don't I practice my narrating? I read all 311 pages of that book out loud in 3 days.
Grant?
Yeah.
Oh my.
So we finished it. Sent the Amazon book back because didn't need it. Finished it. It was good though. I liked it, and I think the movie's going to be great. So, anyways,
to clarify, when you said you stopped, and I said to read this book, and you said no, that was wrong. You did stop to read
I have
that
more
book.
to this story. So you are wrong, but yes, I did stop to read that book, and now I started it last night again, and it's just as good. I'm really enjoying it. It does remind me a lot of A Court of Mist and Fury.
Okay.
But it's not. And so I have to keep reminding myself the plot's going to go a different way, but I keep expecting it to go that way. So I don't know. We'll see by the end if I give it 1 or 5. No in-betweens.
No in-betweens. All right. Well, are you ready for the trivia question?
Yes.
I don't think this is a spoiler, but after I ask the question, if it is, just give our audience a spoiler warning, okay?
Will do.
What is the name of the Sun Queen's consort?
Spoiler warning. Atlas.
Okay. It is a spoiler warning.
You don't know the answer?
No, I didn't. I just looked up questions.
You have to know the answer for trivia.
No, I figured you would since you read the book.
That's a gamble.
Now that we're talking about it, and now that I'm reading these reviews and not guessing these books, I recognize how much of a gamble it was. But in the moment, I'm like, Ellie's got this.
She's going to know this. That's a lot of trust in me. All right, friends. Well, this is where we're going to end our Monday episode. But we do have one more review for both of us. Each. Yeah. Plus a trivia. Each. So if you want to catch that, hop over to Patreon. The bonus content will be posted up there. But until then, see you guys next Monday.